Hello, 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 hello. Filmier here from filmier.com, PJ Muir Productions, etc. And we are recording this on the 16th of April 2024. And since the 18th of February 2024, I've had a Kemper. That's what you can hear in the background. It's a Kemper Stage. And I thought it might be quite fun to go through and show you how to set a Kemper up from scratch, how to put things onto it using Rig Manager, etc, etc. So let's do that. Alright, let's get the old speech going for the screen reader. I'm going to use NVDA today. It could be JAWS actually, or it could be Narrator potentially. Because the Rig Manager app is written in Juice. Obviously, I'm going to be Windows today, but I mean, you could do this on the Mac. I don't see why the experience wouldn't be similar. I suspect it probably is because it's, as I say, a Juice app. So
speech mode.
Anyway,
speech mode talk.
So at the moment, what I've done is I've wired up the Kemper. I've plugged in the USB port, and on Windows, when you do that, it's going to come up as an audio device. So that's just something to be aware of, because it does have audio output as well. So what it might end up doing is rerouting your audio. It doesn't do that here because I've stopped it doing that here, and it's been plugged in a few times since. So that's not really a problem, but it could be a thing for you when you get it. I've also plugged in the audio outputs, and there's a guitar plugged into it as well. And today that's Strat Plus Deluxe. So at the moment, if I turn this guitar up, I'll change screens in a bit as well so you can actually see what I'm doing in Rig Manager. This is what you're going to hear. Sorry about the crackly volume, by the way. So that essentially is the default patch on the Kemper. That's what it actually comes loaded with. And at the moment, it's actually sat in the setup screen. It's come up with a welcome screen saying welcome to Kemper, whatever. I can't even remember what it says, but I did scan it with something. But anyway, we can safely ignore that for now, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to open Rig Manager, and it's almost immediately going to ask me if I want to change my profiler to the name that is in Rig Manager. The other thing that may happen actually when you first open Rig Manager, and I'd recommend that you first install Rig Manager before plugging the Kemper in. I'd also recommend that when you get your Kemper, you can get the serial number off the box or the underside of the Kemper Stage. I think it's like 2 or 3 places, I think. Certainly on the outside of the box it was, and on the underside of the Kemper. You're going to need to get that anyway, because you won't be able to download Rig Manager and set up an account with Kemper until you've done that. So that's just something to be aware of. Right,
Desktop
let's open Rig Manager. Oh yes, and the other thing that may happen, I can't remember if I mentioned it or not, is that when you open Rig Manager, it may say to you, your operating system is out of date, would you like to update it? And it will be focused on the yes button, I think. If not, you can just press the tab key to get there. But anyway, you obviously want to update the operating system, because as well as doing that, it will almost certainly give you more features, more rigs, effects, presets, and possibly even effects modules. I know that was something they did a while ago, because they keep updating it. I have to say they're very good at updating the Kemper. Anyway,
Recycle
let's
bin,
open
X60, Rig Manager,
the Rig Manager.
Form splash, 2%, 12%, desktop list. Set up your profiler dialog. The author's name of your Kemper profiler differs from the name in Rig Manager. Do you want to set both to film your yes button?
So we're on the yes button, I think. Let's just check that.
No button, yes button.
Yes, we are on the yes button, so I'm going to press enter on that.
Data grid view table. Name row 0, not sorted. Edit ph clean bm, igniter 50 crunch read only. Now,
it's landed in my library by the looks of it. It may land somewhere different for you. I think it's landed there because that's probably where it was last. Now, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to go over to the Kemper, and I'm going to have to press the next button 5 times to get out of the that setup screen, because it's still there effectively at the moment, and we want to get it out of that. And to do that, I'm going to press soft button 4, which is above the screen. So you've got 4 soft buttons above the screen on the Kemper Stage. I think the layout is the same on any other Kemper device, but in any case, I'm going to go and do that now. I'll just mute the microphone for a second while I do that.
Data grid view table. Tree view. Level 1 My Profiler. 306. 1 of 1.
And there you are. You heard it change. It says Tree View My Profiler 306. So that is telling me that there are 306 rigs on the profiler. So that's fine. It's actually done it. I just pressed the button 5 times. I happen to know it was 5 times. Doing a factory reset as well is very easy to do if you ever have to do one. You just go into System. I've got a layout for the Kemper if you need one, for the Kemper Stage that is. So you press the Systems button and then you press the last soft button on the right of the screen along the top there, because you've got 4. You press and hold that for a few seconds and it's going to come up saying, do you want to reset your Kemper, factory reset it? And then what you do is you press soft button 2 above the screen and you hold that for a couple of seconds, and then it's going to come up and say something like, to reset your Kemper, press the soft buttons. I don't know if it read it off properly when I did it on my phone, but I happen to know it was soft button 1 and 4. I can't remember how I found that out. I think somebody may have told me. But anyway, soft buttons 1 and 4, and if you hold that for about 5 seconds, it will reset the machine and you will hear it, because it will make a noise when it's reset it. You'll hear like a little click as it's done that. Anyway, we are in Rig Manager. So let me just show you the preferences as Rig Manager. So to get into preferences, we do Control P. On the Mac, I'm guessing that's going to be Command P.
Tab Control. Login and Updates tab selected. Test Login Credentials button.
So this is where you put in your login details.
Edit selected info at filmui.com.
It's funny how it's pronounced that.
Password. Edit. Create new user account. Create new. Automatically check for software updates checkbox checked.
So I've left that checked.
Include beta test versions checkbox not checked.
No, I'm not going for betas at this point.
Usage data and metrics checkbox checked. Cancel button. OK but apply button.
So that's that. And then if we do probably left arrow, then let's try that.
General tab selected.
There we go. It was right arrow actually, so that must have been the login tab was where it was. By the way, this is fully accessible. So once you've got your login credentials from Kemper, you can easily do this. It's not really a problem.
Owner name. Edit selected film your.
That's my owner name, obviously.
Enable tooltips checkbox not checked.
Now I haven't enabled tooltips because I know how this works, so I've just left that unchecked.
Show rig exchange checkbox not checked.
And I don't have the rig exchange showing up here because it's something like a couple of thousand amps or something crazy in there, so I haven't bothered with that. I've got enough good ones anyway, so I don't really need it, so that's why I haven't bothered with that.
Neutral combo box neutral collapsed.
I think that's to do with the color scheme in here, so I've just left that alone.
Cancel button. OK button. Apply button.
So that's that. So I'm just gonna
tab control. General tabs. Apply button. OK button. Cancel button.
Go to the cancel button. I'm going to press enter to get out of here.
Tree view. My Profiler 306.
Right, let's change screens now so you can see what we're looking at.
OBS
if you happen to be watching this.
New. Duplicate. Rename. New. Speech. Scenes window.
Alright, here we go. So we've got the display up now.
Rigs. Tree view. My Profiler 306. 1 of 1 level 1.
So what I'm going to do
OBS 30.1. Rigs. My Pro
Tree view. I'm going to pull
list.
up a folder.
Synology. Disk station home. Data backup. Items view. Kemper 100. Items view list.
Synology.
Performances 7 of 19. Items view.
This has got performances. So I'm going to put some performances on here. I'm also going to add some presets and I'm also going to add some rigs. And it's really easy to do this. Very, very easy to do this. It's okay. So I'm actually going to switch screen readers here because I have done some stuff with Golden Cursor, but it's going to be easier to do this with JAWS because of the access that I've made. So let me just do that. Let me just find it.
Select JAWS. Desktop.
So I just wanted to check. Okay.
Rigs left parent my profile.
So I'm going to go to the
Rigs left parent local 2. Bert Muhlendig left parent.
This is my local library of rigs now. So let's just explore this.
All rigs left parent 2378 right.
So I've just pressed the home key and this is what these windows look like. So that's the top of the window. I'm just going to arrow down now.
1. My profiler left parent 306 right parent.
That's telling me I've got 306 rigs on the profiler.
Local library left parent 520 right parent.
I've got 520 in the local library.
2. Bert Muhlendig left parent 121 right parent.
Bert Muhlendig 121 I think it said.
1. Local library left parent. Original Kemper Bert Muhlendig left parent 121 right parent.
Yeah, 121. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste these onto the profiler. And what you'll see is in a minute the number of rigs will update and it will have a higher number. So I'm just going to press the tab key.
Table rigs left parent Bert Muhlendig right parent dash rig manager the 3rd of May 2000.
I'm going to do Control A to select all, Command A on the Mac. Control C to copy.
Copied. Tree view. Bert Muhlendig left parent 121
So
right.
now I'm going to find the profiler and find the rigs on the profiler.
Original Kemper profiles left parent. Fills rig. Tone junkie left 3. 64 plus vibe plus cham plus 65. 2. Tone junkie left parent
Just
3.
left arrowing to get out of here.
Tone junkie
that's not where I want to be.
1. Local library left parent 5. 2. Bert Muhlendig. Local library 0. All rigs left parent 2. 1. My profiler left parent 306 right
There
parent.
we go. So that's where I need to
Table
get
rigs
to.
left parent.
So I've just pressed left arrow and then down arrow to my profiler, and I can see that I've got what did it say?
Tree view. My profiler left parent 306.
306 rigs on there.
Rigs left parent my profiler right parent dash rig man.
Okay, so now I'm just going to do Control V.
Pasted. Name row 306. Not sorted. Left parent null right parent.
The same process is used for putting on your performances and so on. You can export rigs from here as well, and you can simply copy and paste directly from the profile as well if that's what you want to do. There is a keystroke to export. It's Control E. It doesn't matter whether it's rigs or profiles. It just depends what mode the device is actually in as to what you'll get off there. But this is pretty simple. Let's just do I'm going to run my little script now. So I've got a script that will throw me back into the tree view, which is Control Shift M. The Kemper could actually do a keystroke for this, and that would certainly make things a bit easier for us.
Tree view. My
There we
profiler
go.
left parent 427 right
There
parent.
you go. So we've now got 427 rigs on the profiler. But anyway, you get the idea. That's very straightforward to do.
Local library left parent 520 right parent. Rig packs left parent 1552. Ace skunk Anansi left parent 31 right.
So this is slightly confusing because just below the library there's a load of rigs that are actually on the profiler as well. And these are all sorted into folders. So for example, there's a Bert Muhlendig folder here,
Bert Muhlendig 1 plus 2 left parent 30 right parent.
and there's 30 rigs in that folder. Now if I press the tab key,
Table rigs left parent Bert Muhlendig 1 plus 2 right parent dash rig manager the 3rd of May 2027 profiler release : 1022249572. Rigs left parent Bert.
if I press the end key, because I have to do that because the list doesn't refresh properly unless I press the end key, and then I can press the home key to get back up. Otherwise it won't read. So for example, if I press the down arrow key now, I don't think it's going to read.
Row 1, not sorted. Graphic. Left parent null right parent.
No, it's not reading. So if I press the end key,
Name row 29, not sorted. BM-VE green 30 crunch.
there you go. It's reading BMV30 crunch or whatever it said. If I press the home key now, I can just come down the list.
Name row 0, not sorted. BM-acoustic finger pick.
Acoustic finger pick. And I could easily load that into the profile, and I would do that by pressing Control Enter, which is a rig manager keystroke. The other thing I was going to say to you is, because you might be thinking, and I forgot to mention it, so how do I know that I'm out of this welcome screen? Well, that's easy to verify. So I'm just going to pull the guitar up again because I haven't actually changed anything on the profiler at this point. And you can hear that now there's reverb on that patch, and that tells you that you're actually out of that welcome screen. Anyway, that's fine. So we've got the rigs on that we want.
Tree view. Bert Muhlendig 1 plus 2 left parent 30 right parent. 1. Rig packs left parent 1500. 2. Ace skunk Anansi. 1. Local library left parent.
So what I'm going to do now
My profiler left parent 125 right parent.
is I'm going to find...
Table performances.
I've just done end, and that's taken me down to the bottom of the kind of window structure here.
Tree view. My profiler left parent 125 right.
Let me do
Local
that
library
again.
left parent 7 right parent. My profiler left parent 125 right parent. Performances left parent my profiler right parent
And I
dash.
just press the tab key, and it says performances, 125 performances there.
Task switching.
Let's just have a
Table
look.
performances left parent / disks not selected fills first bank dot performance.
Okay, so here we are. So I'm going to put my first bank on there. I'm just going to check where it's going though.
Performances left
And
parent table perform.
I'm just going to see where we are. So I'm just going to down arrow and see what we're over.
Row 1 not sorted. Graphic. Left parent null right parent. Row 0 not sorted. Graphic. Left parent null right parent.
And I think again I'm going to have to press the end key to wake this list up. So let's try that.
Number row 124 not sorted. 125.
There you go. So if I press the home key now,
Number row 0 not sorted. 1.
there we go. So I know that's bank 1. Now if I press function key F2,
Cabinet edit. Example : Mars amps.
it says example Mars amps. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste over that performance.
/ disks not selected fills first bank dot performance. Copied. Table performance is
I've
left.
just copied it. I'm going to paste it now. It's going to come up with a warning, which I always leave enabled just in case, just so I know that it's actually doing what I want it to do. You can actually disable the warning, but I actually quite like to have it enabled.
Pasted. Overwrite performance dialog.
There we go.
Do you really intend to overwrite a stored performance? Yes button. Table performance.
Yes, we do. Right. Now I'm going to check that's there.
Cabinet edit. Fields first bank.
It is there. I did that by pressing function key F2.
Number row 1.
Now let's go to the next one down because I've got another
Task
performance
switching.
here.
Table performance is left. / disk station / field second bank dot performance. Copied. Table performance is left parent.
I'm going to put this one in as well. This one's called fill second bank dot KP performance or whatever the extension is. I can't quite remember, but it's something like that. I've done the same again. I'm going to do
/ field sec. Copied.
copy
Performance.
and I'm going to paste.
Pasted. Overwrite performance dialog. Do you really intend to overwrite a stored performance? Yes button. Table
I do. Right. So now we should have.
Number row 0. Not sorted. 1.
We should have the first one in here.
Cabinet edit. Fields first bank.
We
Performance
do.
is number row 1. Not sorted. Cabinet edit. Fields second bank. Performance
There we
is
go.
number row.
So we actually do have those now. So that's the performances in place. Right, that's good. So now the other thing I want to add is I've got some presets that I can add as well. Some of these are things like there's like an EQ preset, which is like a stomp widener and so on. And again, you can check in the slots menu to see what you've got in there. And you'll have some additional, for example, you'll have some additional delay presets and so on. And the way you would check in the slots menu is you're going to have to first of all wake up the screen because you're not focused in the right part of the window. I think you're focused in the rig manager but not the rig editor.
Performance is left
which I
parent.
believe is another part of this window. So to do that, I've done another little script here. Again, Kemper could add a keystroke for this and it would actually be very useful if they would. I'm going to press Control Shift P.
Context menu. Dash empty checked.
That's telling me that's an
Leaving menus.
empty slot.
My profiler left parent 125 right parent.
There we
Table
go. So
performance.
I'm back in the performances window and
Number row 1.
I'm
Number row
going
0.
to press the home key.
Number row 0. Not sorted. 1.
That says bank 1. I'm
Leave it.
actually going to go and press foot switch on the unit to wake up that performance. I know I'm focused over it. Okay, let's just press a foot switch on the profile because that's going to be easier.
My profiler left parent 125 right parent.
I've just realised I might have needed to switch that into performance mode, so I've done that on the device now.
Table performance is left parent. Number row 1. Not sorted. 2. Number row 0. Cabinet edit. Fields first bank. Performance.
Right, okay, let's just try that again.
Number row 1. Number row 0. Not sorted. 1.
There we go. So that's now it's now working the left and right arrows. So what I had to do was press the button on the unit, the performance button, to wake up the performance mode, which kind of makes sense. Okay, so that's that. So we're now in performance mode. So I've got my performances in. The other thing I'm going to do while I remember is I am going to set the pad to -12, and you might be thinking, why would I set the overall pad for the master volume to -12? Well, the simple reason being that if I don't and I load up rigs, then the volume can get quite loud and you can potentially overload your audio interface, whereas if I set that to -12, then I can set the volume correctly in my audio interface settings and it will always stay where it should do and it won't clip or peak. So let me just do that. I'm just going to pull up a hotspot to do that. Yeah, I need to wake up this window again. Of
Context
course I do.
menu. Dash empty dash. Leaving menus.
And I need to also go to the output section. So to do that, I'm going to press O because that's where it is. So pad.
Rig manager hop. List 1 list view. Pad. Main volume. Left click. Left click. Left click.
I just clicked that a couple of times just to make sure. So that's now fine. There we go. So that's perfect. Right, that's that. So I'm now going to find some presets and I'm going to load them in as well. But what I might do, just to give you an idea of that, is I think I'll look at one of the slots first.
Context menu. Leaving.
And so I can show you the difference between sort of a before and after, I guess. Now, does it matter which slot I look at? Probably not. But what I could do is look at one of the slots after the amp slot because that's as good a place to look as any. So I've pressed number 7, which I happen to know is a delay in the slots. There are 8 slots, of course. 4 pre the amp and stack are cabs, and 4 after. 4 after a stereo, 4 before are mono. So let me press this script again, Control-Shift-P.
Context menu. D. Dual delay preset submenu. D.
I'm going to go to delay.
While submenu. Distortion submenu. Delay check submenu. Single delay submenu. Dual delay check submenu. 2-tap delay submenu. Serial 2-tap delay. Rhythm delay submenu. Dual delay check submenu. Load type. Load default. Main station. Ping pong. Ping chorus pop smear. F.
Now I think there will be some additional presets in this menu afterwards when I look. So we'll see if there are.
Dual delay leaving.
And there certainly will be in the reverb one. So let's just pull up the reverb slot. Now I happen to know that I've programmed it so that the reverb slot in this case is slot 8. Of course, you can program these any old way you like. You could put a chorus in slot 8 or some kind of tube screamer or whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. It's up to you really how you want to program it. But this is how I've programmed it. So I've pressed number 8 on the numbers row. Again, I'm running this script, which again we could do with a keystroke for. Control-Shift-P.
Context menu. Dash empty dash 1 distortion spring reverb submenu natural reverb submenu N space submenu ionosphere reverbs formant reverb submenu.
These are all the different reverbs.
Cirrus reverb submenu echo reverb submenu easy reverb submenu E load type load diff mod hall M guitar room load type L easy reverb natural reverb submenu spring reverb sub legacy reverb check sub load type load default load type load diff
legacy reverb. Now I happen to know there will be some additional presets in that one. The other one I'm going to look in is
legacy reverb leaving
not loaded into this slot, but I can have a look at it anyway. So I'm just going to press that preset script button again.
Context menu.
And I'm going to look at the EQ menu.
Wow submenu.
There's a couple of EQs, I think.
Equalizer submenu.
There you go.
Graphic equalizer submenu. Studio equalizer submenu.
I'm going to look at the studio equalizer because I know that there are some presets that will be in there. Let's see what we currently have.
Load type. Load default. Cut the mix. Rhythm mix. Vintage mix. Telephone. Load type. Load default.
Those are all the ones we've got at the moment. So
studio leaving.
Right, that's good. So I'm going to run another script now. Control-Shift-M to get to the presets.
Rigs left parent microfiler right. Local library left parent. Microfiler left parent 0. All rigs left parent 1. Local library left parent 7 right parent 2. Microfiler left parent 125 right 0. All performances left 1. Local library left parent 27 right parent 2 or 2. Microfiler left parent 42 right parent.
So that's telling me I've got 42 presets on the profiler.
Local library left parent 27 right parent.
I've got 27 in my local library. Now I got these from Tone Junkie. He gives some free amps away, free amp rig packs, and I grabbed all those, but I noticed in there was some free presets, and some of these are pretty cool actually. So, and again, I just up and down arrow to get to these presets. So I've already put them in the local library. I might do a separate video showing you how to set up folders in the local library because you might find that quite useful.
Table presets left parent local library right parent dash rig manager the 3rd of May 2027 profiler release : 1022249572 presets left parent local library right.
Again, if I hit the end key, I'm going to have to do that because it's not going to wake up properly, I don't think. Well, maybe it will, but
row 1 not sorted graphic left parent null right parent.
No, it won't. So end key.
Name row 26 not sorted wannabe dash post.
Wannabe post, so that's obviously an EQ preset.
Name row 25 not sorted stomp thickener.
Stomp thickener, again, I think that's another EQ one.
Name row 0 not sorted always better dash post.
Always better post. Another EQ one.
Name row 1 not sorted bloom.
Bloom, I think that's an EQ one, I'm not sure.
Name row 2 not sorted cloud.
That's a reverb one definitely because I've seen that before.
Name row 3 not sorted dotted 1/8 dash worship.
Dotted 8-1 worship, so that's obviously one he uses as part of his worship set. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do Control A to select all. Command A on the Mac.
Name row 3 not sorted dotted 1/8 dash. Name row 0 not sorted.
See if it'll let me do it actually. What I might need to do is do Control Shift.
Name row 0 not sorted.
Yeah, I think I might need to do that actually. Let's do Control Shift End and see if that selects them all.
Row 26 not sorted left parent null right parent selected.
Yeah, so Control Shift End.
Copied.
Control C.
Tree view local library left parent 27 right parent 0. All performances left 1.
And just above the performances is the presets, so I've just up arrowed again because I almost went down to the performances there. I'm going to up arrow again because that's the library.
My profiler left parent 42 right parent.
And here we have the profile.
Table presets left.
Press the tab key once and I'm going to paste.
Pasted. Name row 42 not sorted left parent null right parent. Tree view my profiler left parent 69 right parent.
Oh, look at that, so it's actually done it. 69 presets on the profiler.
0. All performances left parent 132 right parent. Open. 2 items. 1. My profiler left parent 125 right parent. Table performance.
Yes, I do have some additional performances in my library as well. I grabbed some of those. So now if we have a look in the slot 8, for example, we could look at the reverbs and see what we've got here.
Number row 7, not sorted.
Oh, actually, yes, I need to press, of course I do, I need to press that script to open up the rig editor again. So I'm going to do Control-Shift-P, because otherwise it just thinks I'm doing some context-sensitive thing in the window, which is fair enough.
Context menu. L. Legacy reverb preset submenu. Hall-worship. H.
Hall-worship. There you go, look.
M-verb. M.
M-verb.
Hall-worship. H.
We didn't have those before. No, we definitely didn't have those before.
Legacy reverb preset empty dash. Wah submenu. Distortion sub. Spring reverb submenu. Natural reverb sub. Spring reverb. Natural reverb sub. Load type. Grace. G. Resonance. R. Modulation. M. Natural. Easy reverb sub. Echo reverb. Easy reverb. Load type. Guitar room. Mod hall. Load defaults. Load type.
Just seeing if I had any more in there.
Easy reverb. Echo reverb submenu. Load type. Ambient. Slab. Load default. Load type. Echo. Cirrus reverb submenu. C. Formant reverb submenu. F.
And I actually could check in the library to see what presets are loaded there.
Reverb checks. Leaving menus.
Let's look in the EQ one, because I know there's definitely a load of EQ ones as well. So again, I'm just pressing slot 8, because you can load anything you like into each slot, as I said. So I'm going to do that, and now I'm pressing Control-Shift-P.
Context menu. L. Legacy reverb presets. Dash empty dash. Wah submenu. W. Distortion submenu. Equalizer submenu. Graphic equalize. Studio load type. Load default. Always better dash post. A.
Always better post. There you go. There's one there.
Hot knife dash post.
Hot
H.
knife post.
Wannabe dash post. W.
Wannabe post.
Cut the mix. C.
That was there already.
Rhythm mix. R.
Don't think that was there.
Vintage mix. V.
That was definitely there.
Telephone. T.
That was there.
Load type. L.
There we go. So
Studio
you can see we've got a
menus.
few more there. Now you could probably add your own as well. I haven't actually tried to save presets, but I think it would be certainly would be possible to do that. So yeah, so basically now I've got this populated with everything that I would want to have in there. So that will probably do it for this video. What I think I'll do next is I will do a little video showing you the rigs that I've got and the ones that they came from, so you can kind of hear the difference between the sort of where they were and where they are, if you like. And I'll probably do a bit on setting up your library as well, because you can add rigs to libraries and you can add folders to libraries, and essentially the process is the same for rigs, presets, anything like that. It all works in the same way. So if I could show you, how to set up a presets folder and then populate that, and how to set up a performances folder and populate that, and so on, because it effectively works in the same way.
Obs 3012 dash. New speed. Menus. Scenes.
Anyway, thank you for watching. Sorry that was a bit of a rambling video. It's kind of tricky to demo some of this stuff, but it does give you an idea of this and how it works. And essentially, as I say, you can populate slots with anything you like. As I say, the first 4 are mono before the amp and the cabinet, and then the last 4 are stereo. And that includes effects loops as well, so you can obviously add those as well.